Today, meet the family that lives and breathes RVs and hit the road to magic destinations in your home away from home.
Travel with AAA's Discover Oklahoma.
Hi, and welcome to AAA's Discover Oklahoma. I'm Jennifer Reynolds.
And I'm Robert Floyd.
And this is Buddy Floyd. They're all part of the Floyd family here that runs Floyd's RVs in Norman. We're here this week with a mission to get you out onto the open road.
For you folks that don't like roughing it, Floyd's RVs has an RV that will fit everyone's needs.
Really, they've been doing this since 1969. This company has been in business. They've got, trust me, you won't have to rough it if you get something here at Floyd's. And, you know, really, you're kind of like RV royalty.
I've never seen myself as royalty, but, you know, it's a great place with multiple generations that's been involved.
Great family business. The Floyd family came to be the RVing authorities quite innocently enough.
We got to camp a lot, and when you have 5 kids, that's the most, financially, best way to go.
My daddy bought a camper when we was all kids and took us camping and just enjoyed it so much that he bought had to upgrade every time he'd have another kid. He'd have to get a bigger camper, and we had 5 kids, so we ended up buying and selling a few campers, and it just became a passion of his to kind of spread that fun to all the other families.
We bought used RVs and we'd fix them up, and then we'd grow out of them and start another one.
He started in the front yard of our home, and then the city told him he couldn't sell RVs out of the front of his home, so he rented a small lot in Norman, Oklahoma in 1969.
But by 1971, Floyd's RVs had already outgrown that little lot in town.
And this 10 acres here came up for sale, and we jumped on it.
There were lots of naysayers in those early days of the business, but the Floyd family's genuine love for travel and their over-the-top Oklahoma work ethic saw them through.
When I was born, my mom called and said, Rex, it's time to go to the hospital because Robert's getting ready to be born. And he said, can you hold on a minute because I'm working on a refrigerator on an RV.
Every one of us kids have done everything from put a bin in to selling RVs to doing the service work.
We all have had some role.
Yeah, every day after school I would get off the bus here and I would work in our parts department or out in the shop, whatever I needed to do.
I've been in sales, I've done their F&I, and I was their service manager.
And the bloodline of happy campers didn't end with this second generation.
You can walk in literally and see, 10 out of the 13 grandkids here doing something.
That's because the Floyds tell me they're not just selling recreational vehicles, they're promoting an experience and a freedom that they truly believe in.
With an RV, you can, at a drop of a hat, get your RV and go. No reservations required.
When you get all your family loaded up into a motorhome or a trailer, it's kind of a team effort.
I'd hate for a family to miss out on the closeness and the joy that you actually receive as a family when you're out with the fire built and you're cooking.
And it's probably what's kept our family close.
The Floyd family is standing by to walk you through all aspects of RVing, and you'll find a link to their website on the Discover Oklahoma page at travelok.com.
Jennifer, have you ever driven or pulled one of these before?
I haven't, and I did drive a go-kart for this show once. It didn't end well, so probably I wouldn't be your best bet. Is it hard, though?
No, it's easier than you think. We just happen to have an instructor for you. You might know him, Dino Lawley.
Ah.
It's RV 101 by Dino.
All right, Robert, what's the first thing that people need to keep in mind as they're pulling into a campground?
First of all, of course, take a deep breath and realize it's not going to be as hard as you think it is.
Robert says backing trailers into a camping spot is one of the biggest fears people have. Most important elements are, first, have a spotter. Today, ours is executive producer Shel Wagner. You also need to keep your eyes on both mirrors. Pay attention to the trees that there's no overhangs, and try to get a spot where one can conveniently plug in to get water and electrical. Next is just simply being prepared with all the tools that you'll need, and then comes the leveling and unhooking.
So what you'll do is you'll crank this down, and you'll see that it kind of takes some of the pressure off the back of your truck.
Yes.
Just unlatch this right here, and you can leave this hooked up until you have it hooked up to your pickup truck,
right,
until you have it hooked up to the campground.
I see.
Because what you want to be able to do is utilize your power from your pickup or the battery that's provided, you know, until you get it hooked up to power to 110.
You can later take something known as a cheater, put an adapter and attach it to a cordless drill, and it'll help speed things up. Hooking up electrical power should be quick and easy.
One thing you got to really pay attention to is when you go to a campground that you have an extension cord with you, because fortunately for us today it's close enough to where we can
actually
hook
will
up
reach.
to, yeah, absolutely.
All right.
And it's got to be a higher grade extension cord too, so be aware of that. I brought an electrical cord, electrical adapter, even though we don't need it.
But it's always good to have one.
Absolutely, definitely. So you just hook it in here.
And of course, make sure the breakers are all on. At Floyd's RV, you can pick up a yellow electrical adapter. The brighter the color, the chances are maybe you won't forget it. Hooking up the water is also easy and fast, and one small purchase that will help you is to buy a water regulator.
What you want to be careful of is when you hook up to a water source, like at a campground, at a lake, they have a lot of water pressure. And so what happens is if you don't use a regulator, it'll put too much pressure through the trailer, which will blow your water line.
Blow the lines, yeah, absolutely.
There are all kinds of myths about RV camping, but depending on your expertise, there are several models from which to choose.
Oklahoma is a half-ton country, and so a lot of half-ton pickups can't tow those big fifth wheels, but they can tow travel trailers. Like this travel trailer we have today is a Passport ultralight, and it doesn't have a slide out. You know, it's got plenty of sleeping, but you can house up to 6 people in this travel trailer alone.
So it really comes down to planning and preparation, and depending on what is your budget,
right,
and bring the whole family out for a fun weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got 4 kids and we use a travel trailer all the time. It doesn't have to be a big fifth wheel, but as long as we can get out and spend some time together, that's the main thing.
We did forget about one very important element of Camping 101.
You've got to have a beard.
You've got to have a beard, absolutely.
How long have you been growing yours?
I actually shaved this morning.
Really?
Yes.
If the thought of hauling your home with you is intimidating for you, just stop by Floyd's RV headquarters in Norman, where the friendly staff is happy to answer any of your questions. Of course, once you figure out how to drive your RV, the next question you're going to have is where in Oklahoma to drive your RV. And Floyd has got you covered there with the Travel Center right here in the middle of the dealership.
Yeah, that's right. We are located right off I-35, so we have a lot of folks coming through, traveling through Oklahoma that want to stop in and see what Oklahoma's all about. We're located off of exit 104, so it's easy access, and we've got brochures to about anything in the state of Oklahoma.
They just make it all so easy, but don't go anywhere just yet, because coming up, Dino Lawley's going to get out of the RV and he's going to get into the outdoors to experience a state park just around the corner.
We've got nature's front row seat when AAA's Discover Oklahoma continues.
We had some family members that had switched to AAA, and they kept telling us how much money they were saving, and found out they could save us money too, and so we ended up switching. We have 3 kids, and there's not a lot of money left at the end of every month. It ended up saving us quite a bit. Our car insurance alone saved us probably about $600. Any money you can save during the month and have some left over, that's a pretty big deal. Having insurance is important. Having affordable insurance that you can trust is a blessing.
Want to get away? Oklahoma road trips are fuel for the soul. To get your motor running, visit travelok.com for brochures, inspiration, and loads of savings. A few clicks will put you on the open road to adventure. At travelok.com/road trips, it's easy to find a getaway that moves you. We've reinvented the road trip. Come along for the ride.
Approximately a year and a half ago, my friend Gary Wise, who I go to church with, had become a AAA agency, and he had asked me, he said, let's just check, see what we can do.
We tried to compare apples to apples to his current coverage.
And my premium went down $800 for the same insurance for this house. I was tickled. I mean, $800 is a lot of money. Go see Gary. Get your AAA insurance. It's head and shoulders above the rest of the companies.
Welcome back to AAA's Discover Oklahoma. This week we are exploring Oklahoma's great outdoors.
You can do all this in a lap of luxury in one of these.
I got to tell you, I love this one. I love all the RVs that you guys have here. I love this setup here with the grill, being able to sit and grill at the same time. I could see the Lolly family packing up in one of these and heading out to one of Oklahoma's great state parks.
You know, we selected a location not too far from our store.
You're in the family RV and you're looking for that fun destination. There are several places from which to choose in our state, but if I may select one right now, I present to you Lake Thunderbird. They can get you hooked up for that fun.
Well, we offer over 200 RV sites and an extensive amount of tent sites. We have 3 areas around the lake that are open for camping. We have the north side, which is the Indian Point area. We have the east side, which is Post Oak and Little Axe. And then we have the south side, which is the Clear Bay area and South Dam.
Once you have the old trusty family RV hooked up, I know one of the most fun and relaxing activities you can do is to ride a horse through the beautiful wooded areas surrounding Thunderbird. The stables are open year-round, and you can also catch a hayride from here. Now, your idea of fun may be to just arrive in your RV and not do anything, but if you are looking for those enjoyable activities, well, they do have a lot going on at Thunderbird State Park.
We offer an area for archery shooting. We offer 2 marinas, one on the north side of the lake, which is the Little River Marina, and one on the south side. It's called the Calypso Cove Marina. Calypso Cove will actually rent out kayaks, canoes, and paddle boats. We also offer a cafe in season called the Clear Bay Cafe. We have ADA hiking trails, in which we're standing near one right now, and we have extensive bike trails, over 20 miles of bike trails on the south side of the lake.
Now, how's that for a list of activities for you to enjoy? Oh, there's more. I haven't talked about their new renovated Nature Center located in the Clear Bay entrance. Their impressive Nature Center is open Wednesday through Sunday. There are interpretive classes that take place as well as numerous educational activities. There are a few animals for exhibit and plenty of hands-on activities for children. There's also a new visitors area with a gift shop. Lake Thunderbird is also a very good location for catching catfish as well as bass. But if you're a true angler, you're going to go after what is a cross between a sauger and a walleye called the Sawguy. And don't forget about the Lake Thunderbird Sailing Club.
If you really want to get out of the urban environment and come out and picnic and have a little bit of time in nature and listen to the birds, watch the boats go by, you know, it's a close area for fishing, water-based recreation primarily. But there's activities for all individuals, so, and that goes from young to old.
One can look at Lake Thunderbird and its lush vegetation and realize it truly is an urban oasis.
All right, stay right where you are.
Because next, we're hitting the open road. Fulfill your wanderlust when AAA's Discover Oklahoma continues in 2 short minutes.
We had some family members that had switched to AAA, and they kept telling us how much money they were saving and kept telling us that we should look into it. And so we decided that we should go see what we could do. We have 3 kids, and there's not a lot of money left at the end of every month. And so any penny that you can save is a big deal. AAA was something I always heard of when I was growing up. And when people talked about it, they talked about it in a reliable way. And so when we switched to AAA, it was something that we just trusted from the beginning. It ended up saving us quite a bit. Our car insurance alone saved us probably about $600 a year. Our life insurance, we were actually able to double our coverage, and our premium still went down close to about half as well. Again, it's not something you ever want to think about as you grow up and become a grown-up with a family, but it's definitely something that you need to have. Having insurance is important. Having affordable insurance that you can trust is a blessing.
Welcome back to AAA's Discover Oklahoma, coming to you from Floyd's RVs in Norman, talking with Robert Floyd about getting out there on the open road. There's a whole culture that has developed around RVing.
Yeah, that's right, Jennifer. Well, not only can you use your RV to go camping at state parks, but right off the highway, there's a lot of convenient campgrounds that people have stopped in as they're passing through Oklahoma.
They've made it so quick and easy to do, and it's a great way to forge friendships that'll last a lifetime.
Picture yourself motoring west on the highway that's the best. Even if you've explored Route 66 before, getting your kicks in an RV gives the trip a whole new dimension. Start your adventure by surrendering first to a fried onion burger in El Reno at one of the landmark hamburger stands for which this town is famous. Then, with tummies full, travel just a few miles to the Cherokee Trading Post in Geary. Shops stacked with souvenirs and curiosities straddle the highway both here and near Clinton, and will put you in the right frame of mind for a nostalgic road trip. If you're anxious to get your camp on, the KOA in Calumet is clean and tree-lined. We pitched camp often, anxious to test our mettle as RVers and wanting to savor each section of the route in small bites. We discovered that fellow RVers welcomed newbies like us without hesitation, and that friends were easy to come by along the Mother Road, part of the spirit Route 66 is known for. A few miles south of the old route, tuck in below the horizon line at Red Rock Canyon State Park, with 84 campsites, 50 of those with electrical and water hookups. The colorful geological formations here provide a natural vertical drop, well known to adventurers who like to live life on the edge. Alongside the pavement in Hydro stands a building well known to Route 66 fanatics. It's called Lucille's, and it was run by a woman named Lucille Hammonds, known as the Mother of the Mother Road because she ran this gas station and diner for years. Right down the road in Weatherford, park your RV at Lucille's Roadhouse to indulge in an eatery that nods to the original Lucille's. The diner looks like it stepped right out of the 1950s with a neon-lit counter, vintage jukebox, reminders of simpler days gone by. The wind turbines along this stretch of the old route are hard to ignore, their propellers locked in a graceful dance. To soak in the full story of wind energy, you'll want to stop at the Heartland of America Museum in Weatherford. You can even join a wind tour by prior arrangement. If you have again worked up an appetite, Jig's Smokehouse in Clinton is known for their creative, not to mention substantial sandwiches, from the pig sickle and the kitchen sink to the woolly burger. Also near Clinton, White Dog Hill offers upscale dining perched atop a rise in a rescued historic building with a view. At the Oklahoma Route 66 Museum in Clinton, you'll travel from the 1920s Dust Bowl and Depression through the 40s and 50s. Between Clinton and Elk City, near Foss Lake and the town of Canute, there's another shady KOA campground just off the highway. Or the Elk Creek RV Park in Elk City boasts easy in and out with 74 full hookup sites and long pull-throughs. In the morning, head to the National Route 66 Museum in Elk City with its own spin on the Mother Road. Travel back to the days of full-service filling stations, ice-cold Coke to wash away the road dust, and greasy spoon diners. This is actually a collection of museums, and you'll want to allow lots of time here. Sayre RV in City Park is like a little resort just off the old route. Shaded and serene with a long roster of other amenities, this is the equivalent to RVing nirvana. Finish your adventure in Eric on the western edge of our state. This is the home of legendary recording artist Roger Miller. Proud of their native son, the town built a museum in his honor, and Miller wrote over 800 songs in his career and won 11 Grammys. And after an RVing trek down this iconic ribbon of highway, you'll feel certain that you too are king of the road. In western Oklahoma, I'm Shel Wagner.
For more information on all the camping opportunities available to you, just go to the Discover Oklahoma page at travelok.com. Well, don't touch that remote just yet, because we're going to head south in just a moment and fling some sand.
We're off-roading and four-wheeling at Lake Murray when AAA's Discover Oklahoma returns.
In early April of this year, we had one of the most violent hailstorms I've ever seen in my life. And my wife called me, and you could hear the noise over the telephone. By the time I got home, got out here from town, there was hail everywhere. Baseball, size hail, golf ball everywhere. My truck was beat to pieces. It was a pretty violent hailstorm. I called my AAA agent, Gary Wise, a friend of mine, asked him what the procedure was, give me the phone numbers, we need to turn this in.
We hope to always be there whenever they need us, and that is the most important client that we have, is the one that we're talking to at the time.
I feel AAA has treated me with the utmost respect. I feel like they went above and beyond to be respectful of our time and our property.
AAA definitely is there for the right reason. The president of the insurance company called and asked, what could they do to help Woodward and help our clients in their time of need.
Welcome back. AAA Oklahoma makes this show possible, and it does a whole lot of other great stuff too. Here's a glimpse at today's AAA.
Hello, Chuck May here with AAA Oklahoma. One of the leading causes of crashes on the road today is distracted driving. Now that everybody texts as a way to communicate, many feel obligated to text while driving. In fact, drivers who text are 23 times more likely to crash or get into a near-crash situation than drivers who are not texting. Texting drivers take their eyes off the road, their hands off the wheel, and their minds off of what they should be doing, driving. That's why AAA strongly supported House Bill 1316 to make texting while driving illegal in the state of Oklahoma. Though the bill didn't pass this year, AAA is determined to ultimately see an anti-texting law passed. It's against the law to drink and drive. It should be against the law to text while driving. Be smart. Don't text and drive. Until next time, may the road lead you to exciting new discoveries. Whether it's insurance, travel, or peace of mind on the road, think AAA every day.
AAA for the ones that matter most to you. All right, Robert, I have to tell you, this particular toy box is one of the coolest RVs I've ever been in.
Yeah, it holds all the toys for all the big boys.
You got a lot of room back here. Well, Jeff Roberts and I did take this out for a test run, brought it back. No scratches, by the way, if you noticed. We also found out that Lake Murray is the perfect spot to take the toys out of the toy box.
Did you know Lake Murray State Park has over 12,000 acres in which to play? Hikers and bikers, they've got trails for you. RV campsites, ATV areas. I'm telling you, this place has it all. In fact, folks are coming out in droves. And no matter what you're coming for, Lake Murray has got you covered.
We've got 28 RV sites, sewer, water, and electric here in ATV, and then we have another 14, 15 tent sites.
Of course, four-wheeling is very popular at Lake Murray. And while you take your ATV out for some amazingly fun times, you do need to be careful.
This place gets crowded. There'll be days where there's over 150 riders out there, so you have to be careful. The other thing that I would say is that when you come to a public facility, you have to abide by the state laws.
And there's no better way to go to Lake Murray than in style, like one of these from Floyd's RV. You know, it's kind of like a traveling man cave. Check it out. There's a leather couch. That can fold out into a bed, by the way. Big screen TV, of course, seamless sink with stainless steel spout, stove, oven, microwave, refrigerator, and oh yeah, did I mention the big screen TV? Of course, the best part is back here where the man cave really starts.
Jeff, this is where you can put your motorcycles, ATVs, or whatever else you like to ride.
Well, I also like the fact that you can add, what, a washer and dryer, TV, and then we've got beds up here, right?
Right, and then also you can put this up to be a patio if you like to drink your morning coffee.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. And of course a ramp to get the toy out of there, right. But that brings me to the question, where's the toy?
I have no idea.
What is this?
I'm ready to go.
Really?
And little did I know what I was in for with Dino driving.
So while we're waiting on Dino to get here, remember there's so much to do other than just the ATV trail. The hiking, the biking, the camping, and
I'm loving this, but where's the brake?
Oh Lord, we're in trouble.
I've never done this before. It's a nice day for it.
Yeah. Couldn't tell.
But I need you to spot. Tree! Tree! Okay,
all right, fine.
All right, and we got to turn.
Yeah.
Turn! We got to turn here.
Wait a minute.
Turn here. Wait, wait. You show me a speed limit sign and I'll slow down.
Well,
Until then, I'm going, baby.
Trees!
We got trees. Okay. Yeah, that's fun. Sorry. Sorry. I don't know where he is. I lost him. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. You know what?
We're driving back.
Drive back. Here we go.
Driving back, we did stop and take note of just how beautiful the park really is. Right here you can see where some have ridden down in these small valleys. But now as we drive back, it's time for payback.
Yeah, now that is some serious fun. Here at Lake Murray, I'm telling you, you'll have a blast. Special thanks to Floyd's RV and P&K Equipment. You okay? I think we gotta get Dino some Dramamine. At Lake Murray, I'm Jeff Roberts.
Just go to the Discover Oklahoma page at travelok.com for all the information you need on Lake Murray State Park.
That's our show for this week. Thanks to you for watching, and thanks to Robert and all the folks here at Floyd's for hosting us this week.
I want to thank you for showing all your viewers how much fun RVing can be.
And we want to thank you very much for watching.
Next week, we'll look back at what was a fun-filled year. Favorite stories from our crew, from hand fishing to relaxing on horseback in beautiful southeastern Oklahoma. Hope you'll join us.
So until next time, remember,
there's always something to discover in Oklahoma. Production vehicle provided by the Oklahoma Ford Dealers, official partner of the Oklahoma Tourism and Recreation Department.